Hi, Brian Stecker again here, certified personal trainer and baby boomer fitness expert. And today I want to show you the proper way to exercise for older men so you can start seeing results. So today I want to go over a plan with you so that way you can start seeing those results. So the number one thing we need to focus on if we're an older man is resistance training. What resistance training is going to allow us to do for our exercise is to start building that lean tissue up, because we know every pound of lean body mass that we gain back, we gain an extra 50 calories to our metabolism. But also, when we do strength training, it's very functional and it translates over to your everyday life. So you can do the activities that you love to do. You say you have more mobility, you can go for a hike, you can do those activities around the house. I mean, one of my clients that I work with, his wife was so impressed that he was able to clean the house and wash the car in the same day since he started his resistance training plan. And that's a big deal, especially when you get over the age of 50. So when you're looking at your whole plan, we've got our resistance training program. So we look at our whole week, day 1 through 7. Day 1 through 7. So maybe on day 1, you do chest and back. Day number 3, you do quads and hamstrings with some core. And day number 5, you do some biceps and triceps with a little bit of core work. So those are 3 days of resistance training. With that also, when we focus on our resistance training, we're not going to do anything longer than an hour. We're going to focus on about 60 minutes. You're going to get in there and you're going to focus on your plan. So an example of a chest and back day would be, you'd start out, you'd come in, you'd do a 5 to 10 minute warm-up. You'd warm up, do some dynamic warm-ups to warm up your chest, do some movements to warm up your back, and then you would hop right in and start off with, say, incline dumbbell presses. And you would focus on doing 10 to 12 repetitions, taking about 60 to 90 seconds rest after that set, and then moving over to, say, your second exercise and doing a lat pull down and doing 10 to 12 repetitions. You do that 3 to 4 sets, an intensity level where on a scale of 1 to 10, it was about a 7.5 to an 8. And then you would go back and forth between those two exercises till you finish 3 to 4 sets. And then you'd move on to the next section of exercises. So the next exercise could be a dumbbell row. And you would do 10 to 15 repetitions. You do 2 to 3 sets of that. And then you'd move over to a flat dumbbell press. And you'd do 2 to 3 sets of that. And you do 10 to 15 repetitions. And you'd rest probably about 60 seconds between both of those exercises. And working with an intensity of about a 6 to a 7. And then you'd go on to your next exercise group. And your next exercise group could be a seated row. And you would do 2 sets of 15 to 20 repetitions, your seated row first, and then maybe the next exercise is a cable fly, 15 to 20 repetitions, and then the exercise after that, you could do a YIT exercise. And again, we have all these on our YouTube channel, and we'll post a picture up here of what that exercise plan works like. So you do two sets of all those. You do 15 to 20 reps of all those, and take about 45 seconds of rest in between all those. That would be an example of your resistance training day. You'd finish that up, you'd pack up your bag, and then head home. So then maybe on day 2, day 4, you would do high intensity interval training. And maybe for you would come into the gym, you would hop on a row machine, you'd do 5 to 10 minutes of a light dynamic stretching, you'd hop on the row machine, 5-minute warm-up of cardio on the row machine, and then you would do a steady pace for 2 minutes. Your heart rate is about, on a scale of 1 to 10, about a 6. You can keep a conversation as you're doing this. And then maybe for 1 minute, you look at the row machine and you go as fast as you can for 250 meters, or you feel on a scale of 1 to 10, you're about an 8, 8.5, and you would have trouble holding a conversation. And that would be your HIIT training for that day. The other days of the week, you could add 20 to 30 minutes of cardio. You could find yourself an activity that you enjoy to do, some cross training. And then maybe on the 7th day, you could do some yoga. And it would help you with recovery, open your body back up, relieve tension, relieve stress, and work on that. So that would be like the full spectrum look of what a typical week would look like to help you start seeing results. Other things that are going to start helping you see results is you want to keep a journal. You could take your iPhone, open up the notepad in there, and as you're doing this, start to keep track of how much weight did you use? How many reps were you able to complete with that weight? How much rest did you take? And do that for all your exercises. And what you're wanting to focus on every week with your plan is you're trying to get 1 to 2 reps better or slightly increase the weight, maybe 2.5 pounds to 5 pounds on that weight. That's progressive overload. That's going to challenge your body to start adapting. A number of times you see people in the gym either taking too much rest in between sets. I mean, I've seen one gentleman, he was laying on the leg press and he had a newspaper and he was reading the newspaper while he was doing the leg press. I haven't met anybody yet who properly used the leg press that got results reading the newspaper. So you got to make sure you're using the right intensity and challenging yourself workout to workout and then taking rest. I mean, I see other people, they'll do a dumbbell row and then they'll take a phone call and 5 minutes goes by and then they come back, but they're not going to see results that way. I mean, that would work for strength, but if you're trying to get results when it comes to body composition, you're going to want to cut down those rep cycles a little bit. And even if they're taking the phone call for 5 minutes, they're extending out that time. The other thing is just focus on what you're doing at hand. Put the cell phone away, put your problems away, and just get into that zone, what a lot of athletes do. You just get in the zone and say, hey, this is my 50 minutes. I'm going to focus on the best that I can, on the workout at hand, and I'm going to try to just focus on me and improve. Because when you focus on yourself and you improve yourself, that's going to flow to every other area of your life. It's going to make you a better husband, it's going to make you better in your career, and it's going to make you better for all your other leisurely activities. Other thing to start seeing results, you can't manage what you don't measure. So when you start out, find yourself a trainer and get yourself a body composition test. Check your body fat. Start to look at how you're improving week to week, so that way you can adjust your plan. And with adjusting your plan, you want to change your routine every 4 to 6 weeks, because you might start getting good at your plan, but you're not necessarily going to start getting better results by getting better with that plan. So really focus in on these key principles here, and as you follow along in more videos, you're going to start seeing examples of how to go through this plan, so that way you can start seeing results. Thanks for tuning in for this great exercise video, and I hope you enjoyed the content as much as I did. If you look below in the description box, you'll notice there's a link, and when you click on that link, it's going to take you to another page where you'll enter your email address. When you enter your email address, I'll give you your first week of workouts so you can take your fitness to the next level. So just go down the box below, click the link in the description box, it'll take you to that next page, and enter your email address. Also, when you look below, there's a subscribe button. When you click the subscribe button, you'll see a little bell. You want to click that little bell, and it'll keep you alerted when I come up with great content that you've asked for to keep your fitness and your health going to the next level. Also, make sure you go below in the comments section, leave any comments, questions, concerns, things that you want us to create for you. I'll be happy to produce that for you. Make it a great day.